All right, real quick, Tonkawa. Physics come into play at some point. We talked about it a little bit last week, but it was pretty evident when we showed up Friday, right off the get-go. They give it to them. They made some good adjustments. Their middle linebacker being tossed the week before. They added another body in the middle, and their front weighed 1,500 pounds, and our front weighed 1,100 pounds. So, like I said, at the end of the day, you can say, well, you got to get in the middle of them, get after them, and I thought our kids did about as well as we could have. Ethan Harsman is our best defensive lineman on the field. He weighs 230 pounds, soaking wet. And he was playing 330 pounds across from him. 6'7", 330. So I thought he did a great job with him. But as the game goes on and you wear down, and Ethan plays both ways and that kid didn't. It just, like I said, physics come into play. And they did. We ran 12 offensive plays in the first half before we threw 2 passes at the end of the half. 12 offensive plays. So that tells you they did a great job of keeping the ball away from us. We did a terrible job of coming out early and adjusting to their front. Offensively, I'll take all that blame. We did make quick adjustments, started playing with the option, and they couldn't stop it. But it was too late. Time had done its, played its course. It was 14-0 at half. And we're right there in it. And we actually get touchdown called off the board with 45 seconds to go before half to make it 14-7 on a terrible holding call. I know we all say every holding call is bad, but it was right in front of us. It was called it on a receiver. I thought it was a gutless call, but it is what it is. So it took points off the board. Then we get another shot at the end zone right before half. We drop it, just drop pass in the end zone. Same old story it was the same person who did it the last time. So that's another missed opportunity. So you go in down 14-0, come back out. We surprise onside it, got it, went down and scored in 6 plays. Boom, 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 boom. Just went down, scored. Went for 2, got it. 14-8, just like that. And we kick it off to them, and they took 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes off the clock, and drove it 75 yards and scored. And just took the wind right back out of us. And so then we get it, drive it down, and are making a drive, and by then the third quarter's over. So then we continue on the fourth quarter. We go score in 2 plays, 60 yards in 2 plays, I think we went. So now we're right back in it. They did the same thing again. We just couldn't get the ball away from them. They did a great job. Give it to them. It was a bad matchup for us. If we play that game 10 times, I don't know how many times we could win it because of the physics and the matchup. It's just not a good one for us. We match up better with Chisholm than we do with Tonkawa. That's just the way it is. And when we were playing 3 and 4 freshmen out there, they had 5 seniors on the offensive line. They had 5 seniors. We're playing with 4 freshmen in places. So it's just not making excuses for our kids. We've got to play better. But at the end of the day, there's not much you can do about that. So, and quite frankly, and I'll say this because I'll be honest with you, there's some problems that are only going to get fixed with graduation for us. And that's sad to say, but there's one in general that I can tell you that's the only way to fix it is graduating. And it's an attitude thing. It's all it is. It just comes down to, I want to be here, I want to be part of something special, or this is just too much work. And the other one is what we've been dealing with for the last 3 weeks. And that's infectious in a bad way. But I will say that our younger kids hate it. They see it. They know it goes on. They talk about it. I hear them say, can you believe he says that stuff? Or can you believe he's acting that way? So they're ready for it to be done for that too. But it's really sad for those other seniors who have put everything into it. They've devoted their every spare minute to making this program better. And the flip side of that is, I obviously was pretty we're all down after the game Friday. We're all down Saturday, and we know our playoff chances are out. But when you take a step back, and I've had to do this the last couple of days, and you look at what we've done cumulatively, look where we're at. We're 8 points away from being tied for second place in our district right now as we stand. We're out, but we're also 8 points away from being tied for second. I mean, we played Chisholm, who's one of the best teams in the state, to who has the ball last. Perry, I felt like we should have won the game. I mean, I wouldn't say that Chisholm. I'll tell you, Perry, we should have won that football game. So it's hard not to be really, honestly, if we go take care of business Friday, which is an if, and finish 6-4, it's still a big step in the right direction. I mean, it really is. It's sad that we don't get to go play the playoffs because we're a playoff team. I've seen plenty of teams over the years playing playoffs that we would beat the brakes off of. I mean, our district's tough, but it's like that. It's like that a lot of times. I heard some of our kids saying that. I just don't want that to be an excuse. I remember when Watonga and Heritage Hall and Jones and Bethany and us and who else was in there? When Fairview won state 99. We're all in a district. I mean, there was 2 good teams sitting at home. So there's you just can't say, well, our district's tough. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So, I am proud of them. I thought they responded really well yesterday, knowing that what they want to play for, they can't get. We cannot get in the playoffs. If we win by 60, we win by 1, it doesn't matter. We can't get in. So that's disappointing, but it's also, I think they really think that we're good enough to be a playoff team, and that we should be in the playoffs, and that we want to make a statement Friday, and we want to keep momentum going into the off season. So that's the good thing about what's coming Friday. It's sad that, like I said, sad for a lot of those seniors that this is where we're at. But they also gave it everything they had. So I am proud of them for that. And senior night, Friday night, obviously. So come out and support these kids. We're trying to send them out on a high note. We have a great chance to. If follow anything Newkirk. It's a little bit scary because they're ginormous. They're just big kids, really big up front. Linebackers are big kids. They're just not really skilled yet in what they're doing, in their scheme and sound, I guess I should say. But you never know when they're going to find that. They're 0-9 right now. And you just hope that they're not over there right now talking about, let's go beat up on Alva. This is our chance to get a win because they're down. They were a team that thought they were going to be a play. That's what they're saying. So to our kids, it would be a tremendous letdown to end the season this way if we don't play well. But I think we will. I think we'll respond. I think those kids will, especially seniors, want their last memories on this field to be a good one. And they're in that unique spot where not very often do you get to finish a season with a winning record and know it's your last game. And normally, if you win the last game of the season and you have a winning record, you get to hold a trophy up. But that's not the case. That didn't work out for us that way. So it's unique. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's something that does happen, and we've got to deal with it. So, any questions?
How many seniors you got?
7. 7 seniors. 2 of them are hurt. I'd say 2.5. Chase has been playing hurt for a while. He's in banged up shoulders and concussions, and so Kennedy's still banged up, and Justin Meyer hasn't played for several weeks now. So we have 4 seniors that play on the field for us most all the time. But other than that, we have 7 that will graduate. And out of those 7, I think I think, in particular, one, with Ethan, and I'm not just saying because his dad's sitting here, I'd say it anyway, but he does have a chance to go on and play at the next level. And I think he will do that and represent us well. He's a kid that if you make a poster child for your program, somebody that's always where they're supposed to be, you got to run them out of the weight room. You got to say, look, dude, it's time to go home. He's always, he does whatever you want him to do. He gives great effort. He's a leader by example, not necessarily vocal, which I think is good. So we will miss that. I mean, you could look at those numbers and say you're not graduating very many, and we're not. But sometimes that right there is hard to replace, and it will be hard to replace. And all those kids bring something to the table that's going to be tough to replace. And they really do give you what they have. So most of them. So really proud of those guys. They're few in numbers, but they give you everything they've got. Anything else? All right, we'll see you Friday. Thank you.